What's up, everyone? I'm back. Yeah, where have I been? I've just, had like a bit of a sponsorship with Pepsi Max, and they flew me out to LA, and I've just been, working with them for the last 6 months. So yeah, now I'm joking. Just been don't know what I've been doing, but I want to talk about something today, which is kind of the difference between pestering and being persistent. And like, just to kind of clarify, I'm not going to come to a conclusion. I'm just going to just discuss and just let me just talk about this. So the reason why is because I think simply the difference is kind of from who perceives it in a way. So for example, the person who is trying to get a hold of someone or execute something, from their point of view, they are being persistent. But the person who is receiving it on the other end is obviously, not always, but they probably are looking at it as they're pestering. So it's really on the person's point of view. And the reason why I've been thinking about it is because I'm not going to give much details, but near where I live there is like a radio station. It's not really that big, but it kind of is. I don't really know the stats of like how many viewers this radio station gets, but it's kind of weird because it's in a high street, and like, it's just, I find it kind of funny and also cool how there's like a literal radio station in a high street. So this is like maybe last year, I went to this. It's not really visible. It's not actually in the high street. Is on like levels to the high street, if you know what I mean. So I went on to, I think it's a second floor, just randomly. Actually, I think it was because I couldn't, something about like my parking issues. And then I saw that before I went into the security office, I actually saw like it said the radio station. I'm like, wow, let me have a look. So I go there. And it's obviously quite gated, but it looks really cool and enticing because I can see all the presenters. I can see, like all the full-on setups of, the radios, the mics. And I'm like, wow, like I want to, have a look at this. So now I like knock on the door. And bear in mind, there were like actual presenters like speaking on the radio. So they're looking at me, and then they must have like waved someone in. Had a security guy come in, and I said, hi, like, look, this looks really cool. How do I get on a radio? And the guy, no joke, told me you need to have a degree in like journalism. And no offense, but like, this is going to sound controversial, but I think that's a load of whack. I don't think you need a degree to literally speak on radio. Like, also I'm eating food, so that's why I'm a bit. So I was like, okay, cool, but I forgot what happened after that. I don't know but I was just saying to him, like, do you really need it or something? And then eventually so I just took it as it was, walked away. And I probably, since after that encounter, I probably went there like 2 times afterwards. And at a certain point I just got told, look, like, you need to stop coming to us or we're going to do shit. So at that point I'm like, holy shit, okay, I need to stop. Anyway, I started doing research and having a look at, how do I get inside it? Because like, you have these random people in there. They obviously got in somehow. So how hard can it be? At least just give me some context. So recently, I basically found a connection, and then I reached out to that person, just literally going back and forth. Like, this is not even an exaggeration. Going back and forth. And finally, I found the person, like the main man, who I still don't know what his role is in that radio division or department, but he's the main man, right? So I message him, I email him. Finally, he responds to me. This is like 2 months ago, bear in mind, say, look, yeah, we've got this opportunity to do this training program. It was very like wishy-washy in terms of what it was. I could technically get the email out, but that's just... Anyway, he was like basically inviting me. He said, these certain dates we can do, book yourself in, and then you can start doing it. My phone's going off. So I'm like, cool. I get super excited, and then I'm like starting to think this sounds a bit too good to be true, right? So you're going to train me up. What's the catch? And for me, I thought the catch would be something like, oh yeah, it's going to cost like £10,000. So now I'm starting like thinking, oh my god, okay. So I emailed him back saying, look, what's going on? Like, how does it work? Just give me some more details. Is this regarding, is it going to cost money? Is there like a clause where you've got to be there for like, a whole year or so? Because I don't want to sign up to something I don't want to do. And then I had the idea of maybe going to this first event and then like asking questions, and they're just very vague. I don't want to chat shit about this company because I wouldn't mind still going back, and I probably will reach out to them eventually. And then I get told, look, like, got more details about it, and then it starts to like unravel itself and just being like, okay, look, you have to do this for like 6 months minimum. If you don't, you've got to pay X amount, something along those lines. So then, yeah, I just leave it, and then I said to him, look, I want to do it. If you get another opportunity, let me know. So ever since that point, which is around 2 months ago, no joke, I've probably emailed that main guy maybe 4 or 5 times, asking him, look, can I arrange a meeting with you? All I want is like literally a 15 minutes just a chat, literally just, yes, I've been emailing him, nothing. Dude's basically blanking me, I presume, but that's kind of what inspired me to talk about this. From my point of view, I don't think I'm pestering him, but I kind of can see how it can be perceived that way. I want to, all I want is a chat, because I don't mind, going with this whole program, but I just want to know more details, right? And I'm just not getting anywhere. So I'm thinking of going back to the radio station and like, saying to these guys, I want to talk to you, this guy, and then try and make it happen. So yeah, I don't know. Is that pestering? Is that me being persistent? Because at a certain point, you do have to kind of, the more persistent you are, eventually it should, hopefully, what's the word? It should like, I don't know, whatever you're pestering or being persistent about, it should eventually grow and actually happen. So I don't know, I've just been thinking about, should I go back to the radio station in person and say, look, I'm here, you know what I mean, make my presence, because I think it'd be quite fun. Like, I've done some research on that radio station, like, there's not much going on, like, I just think it would be quite fun to, switch it up, have some funny conversations, have, I don't know, but just like switch it up, because a lot of radio has been really dead lately. In the mornings, here's a question for you lot: what kind of radio station do you guys listen to? Because when I was driving a vehicle, I didn't listen to radio. I've always had my own music going on, so I've always found it kind of interesting to know what people listen to. If you listen to LBC, no offense, but if you listen to them, you might as well just don't watch my videos, because I don't like LBC. LBC is very much, I don't even know, like in the mornings I have to listen to it because I get dropped off, and it just kills my mood every time. Today they were talking about deaths of people, and yeah man, like, to be fair, like, the world's kind of shit, but in the morning I don't want to hear about all this stuff, man. I want to just have some music on, or just peace and quiet, and just get ready for work. Like, I ain't got time for more controversial stuff. So I don't know, and I actually kind of want to know as well, does like listening to certain radio stations, is there a correlation between that and wealthiness? I don't know. Or is there a correlation between that and maybe being unhappy, because I don't understand how people listen to LBC every day. Just, that's my personal opinion. I don't know, but I don't know. So let me know. Give me some examples of when you may have been persistent, but it might have, been how do I say it? It might have been perceived as pestering. There's so many other examples I can give, but I'm just like, do I want to open myself up like that? Probably not. But yeah, here's one last thing I want to say. Not about this, but I went to a restaurant maybe a month ago for a special occasion, and here's like a YouTube idea. I have. So like all these restaurants, they have chefs, right? I think it'd be quite cool to interview a bunch of them, isn't it? Oh my god, what did I just say? I think it would be quite interesting to interview them, just to, why not? Like all these kind of different cooking shows. I like the ones when they go on the road and they kind of watch and see how other people cook their food. I think those are quite cool jobs and professions. People like the Hairy Biker, obviously the OGs like Rick Stein, Adam Richman from Man vs Food. They go around, they talk to different people from different backgrounds, and they look at how they cook food. Stuff like that is quite cool. And whilst mine's not going to be on that level, I think it would be a good starting point to just start, I don't know, interviewing people and chefs and asking about their recipes, because one day, who knows, I might become a TV presenter. I don't know. That'd be quite fun. So what I did, I went to the restaurant, and I said at the end, I was like, I saw one of the chefs, and I saw the actual kitchen. It was like a see-through, not see-through, it was like a whole window. It was a glass, you could see through the whole place. I was like, wow, it looks really cool. So I said to the guy, can I talk to the main chef? And then he comes out, proper nice guy, and I said, yo, like, let's arrange it. Like, I want to interview you. I want to, take recordings of the restaurants you guys cooking. In a way, put yourself out there. And granted, this YouTube channel of mine is not like massive, but I think it's fun. Why not? So he said, yes. I've got his details. I'm just wondering, should I even bother? Should I reach out to him? And then, but it's more about the logistics of recording. How have I got who's going to record for me? But that's something that I'm looking at, and I've kind of realised for something like that, I will need to show my face. So that could be the first time you guys see my face in like a vlogging kind of way. But yeah, that's just putting out there, and yeah, cool. Apart from that, I am off. So I don't want to say I'm back to making lots of videos, because I might not be, but for the time being, yeah, I'm here. So peace out. Bye.